Welcome to TJ's podcast.
Hey, welcome to the show. It's two radio legends doing a podcast talking about both important stuff and dumb stuff. So a little something for everybody. If you're important and smart, we got you covered. Or if you're just a complete dumbass, we got that too. Something for you to relate to every single day on the TJ podcast. It's my little buddy Riggins. Hey, Riggins.
Good morning. Happy Monday.
No, man, no. Ain't no such thing, brother. I wish there was a such thing as a happy Monday, but they ain't.
I need a happy. It was so depressing this weekend. I hate a rainy weekend.
Yeah.
It was just, I'm still feeling, I'm like, ugh, that was awful.
Guess what I got to do, Riggins, over the weekend?
I was curious. I was going to ask you because I know the plans were up in the air. You didn't do a small town adventures.
No, but I got to do something that I thought I would never, ever get to do again. I haven't planned on doing this ever again in my life.
What was that?
Go to the mall.
The mall?
Yeah.
Like
I went
shopping
to the
mall?
Yeah, shopping mall.
Why?
Well, we went and ate at it was the same group as Small Town Adventures. My wife, Jody, my little friend Jenny, and her handsome husband, Michael. And we didn't plan a bunch of different locations to go to a town we'd never been and all that stuff. So we went to this place that's in the South Park area, Phillips Place area of Charlotte. It's called the Rusty Bucket. And it's a sports bar. When we went down there, it's across from the fancy mall in town, yet still a mall. And little friend Jenny wanted to go look at purses. She's a certain size of purse that she's looking for. She's got that size, but it doesn't have enough pockets and it doesn't hold enough stuff. So she went to look for a new purse at the purse store. And when's the last time you've been in a full indoor mall?
3 years.
Yeah, it's probably been either that long or longer for me, and it's weird. You go that long without doing something, and then you walk in, you're like, wow.
It's been a while.
I mean, nothing bad happened. Like there were no shootings or anything. Yeah. Like tends to happen in malls and that sort of thing. But it was just weird.
Yeah, I bet.
And I used to love going to the mall. That was awesome.
Who didn't?
Yeah.
It was a great, fun thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then things took a turn.
Yeah.
Did you go in any other stores besides the purse store?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
Didn't go exploring?
No. I don't have any money to be spending.
I hear you. That's probably another reason why it's not fun to go to the mall.
Yeah.
You don't have any spending money.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, this kind of sucks.
And then a great reminder that I can't afford anything from that purse store for my wife at the moment.
Yeah.
When I used to be able to.
Was it a luxury brand purse store?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That mall has a lot of luxury stores in it.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's like twisting the knife.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Did your friend Jenny buy the purse?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she did.
Yeah.
Oh. Now, what's great about this purse? It's just got so many more pockets than her other one.
Well, it's when we're off doing things, being active, you need a smaller purse that's got a different strap on it or whatnot.
Okay.
And the one that she has that's that size doesn't hold much stuff. And she has a junky purse. She keeps a junky purse.
Yeah. Yeah, I went through her purse last time I saw her.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to see what's in this purse that I hear so much about. Yeah, it's just a bunch of crap.
Mm-hmm. She's a hoarder, a purse hoarder.
You assume that bag, it's so expensive, however much it costs, that it would be organized. Like it wouldn't look like that on the inside. But it does.
And nothing about the rest of her life is like that.
Yeah.
Nothing. I mean, you could go get into in her car at any time. Everything's neat and clean, no junk in it at all. Her house is the same way and all, but that purse looks like it's just a a junkyard.
Yeah, it's like a wearable junk drawer.
Exactly.
Maybe everybody's got that one space in their house that's like just chaos. And typically you can confine it to a drawer. You go, that's our junk drawer. That's our junk closet. But she just carries hers around with her all the time.
It's heavy, too. That's why it's always so heavy.
So she needs a bigger purse so she can put more stupid stuff in it.
Yeah. And it's not even an everyday purse that she got. It's just for certain times. And so I had to go to the restroom. So that, I went and had to track that down in the hall of the mall and all that. So that took a little time.
Yeah. Where do women find out about purses and stuff? Like a guy, like when I go look for a new lawnmower, I go and watch 100 YouTube videos about different lawnmowers. What are the advantages of this one? Where do women hear about purses and like the new one to have? Is it just from like following other women that have them already?
Yeah, or
social media?
Those housewives shows, or just constant checking on the various websites of these stores and all that. Like if you're wondering what the newest or when the new designs of Louis Vuitton are going to be coming out, then you just check and see. I don't know though. It's just, even if they know that they're never, they're not going to be able to afford one, they still know about them.
Right. One of those Real Housewives shows, a woman walks in, she's got this bag, and it looks like a little house. Like it's an actual little house with a handle on it.
Right.
And one of the other one goes, "Oh my God, when did you get that?" I went, like, how did she know that this goofy little obscure purse bag was out? So they must just go on the websites and stuff.
Well, that, and they're constantly talking to each other. I mean,
yeah, they're talking about the new bag.
No, they just talk about so much, and they talk so much about many, many different things because they're constantly, they can't stop talking. So that's what happens.
Yeah.
But I think my little friend Jenny has somebody that works at the company that will send her alerts as to, new limited edition. Yeah, on the fast food sales. Same thing.
Inside man.
Yeah. And at the Louis Vuitton store the other day, they had these, they look like dad hats. They're really soft and flat, that whole old school, like 1950s or 40s looking baseball hat. It didn't stand up at all, no structure to it. And the back of it was that sliding buckle.
Yeah.
Where you slide and then you tuck the excess down into the back of the hat and a little thing. Just cotton, and had a patch on the front of it that said LV.
How much was that little bad boy?
$500.
You're kidding. Yeah. A stitched hat. Not even I hate those type of buckle hats. I hate them.
With the exception of the LV on it, it'd be kind of the type of hat that somebody would buy to have their business logo put on that they would give to customers.
Yeah.
$500.
What color was it?
All colors.
They had it in.
Yeah, had a bunch of different colors.
$500.
Mm-hmm. And this might make some people mad, but listen, I'm a protector of the language. And if you see a man carrying a bag that looks like a handbag, what do people call that?
Gay?
Yes, gay. No, but what do they call the bag?
Oh.
A man purse.
Oh, yeah.
This is a man purse or a man bag.
Man purse.
There's no such thing. A purse is a purse, whether a man's wearing it or whether a woman's wearing it. So if a guy has some sort of a man bag, or that would be called a man purse, it's just a purse.
Yeah.
Just like if he's got long hair and he puts his hair in a bun,
it's a man.
That's not a man bun. It's a bun.
Just a bun. It's a bun. Yeah, I don't know why they do that. Because there's no real distinction.
Yeah, there's no such thing as a man's purse. It's just a purse.
Yeah.
And it's assumed that women carry purses, that men don't. Yeah. So if a man is carrying a purse, then he's just a man carrying a woman's purse.
Yeah. Did they say that like this is for men?
Yeah, they have it. They have the different styles. Yeah,
It is a different style kind of thing. Really?
Yeah, because the one she got, I think, was technically from the men's line.
Really? And it's small.
Yeah, it's small. It's kind of, it's when you're doing active things, like if you're going to a ball game or a concert or something like that. So it's not a carry by the handle or put on your shoulder and all. It's just I think it's a cross. I don't know if it's a crossbody or what. I don't know. But the point is that there's no such thing as a man purse or a man bun. They're just purses and buns.
That's all it is.
That's all it is.
That's the new name of this podcast. Purses and buns. I'm purses. I'm buns. You never did the man or the purse.
No,
did you?
No. I had a
like,
fanny pack in the early '90s.
Yeah,
because a lot of people did. That was the thing, fanny pack.
But then it got hot again for like the guys to do the. I mean, that's where we got the name.
The fanny pack
or whatever that was, the man purse.
Oh,
in the early 2000s or whenever that started happening.
No, but those, I don't know if those were fanny packs or just regular purses.
I think they were.
They were fanny packs?
No, they were just regular
purses. Yeah, and they shouldn't have been called man purses back then. They should have just been called purses.
Yeah.
You got a purse. Yeah. So then that way, women would say, yeah, this is my boyfriend, and he carries a purse.
Yeah. Oh,
you're dating a guy who carries a purse? Well, it's a man bag, a man purse. Well, it's a purse.
Yeah.
Just like, there's no need to say male nurse. They're just nurses.
And this is your week.
Yeah, it's Nurses Week. Lady Nurses Week.
Females.
Yeah, why females be? All right, so we'll get into some stupid celebrity stuff in the Graham Slam coming up next. You don't want to miss that.
TJ's Podcast.
Our friend, the world famous Richard Toccato is here with us. And thank you so much for reaching out to Richard. He's telling us all the time about how many listeners are reaching out and saying, hey, show me about that refi, and let's do some stuff like that. That's the way you put it, though. Show me about that refi.
Show me about that refi. What you got about that refi? The cool thing is Ace has said, we have a lot of options, and we have, I'm doing refinances for people. We have people down in Greenville, North Carolina. We have them at the beach at South Carolina. We have them in Charlotte. And the main thing is to refinance, make their finances better, take the stress of every month. If I save them $700 a month, $800 a month, it's a big deal for them.
Yeah, it's a real big deal. $700 a month. That's fantastic. And again, we've talked about this before. Richard's a broker. That's how he gets more options than a bank. He can do more. Just go to homewithrichard.com to get started. Homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies. Hey, it's Ace, and for a long time, we've told you about Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic, and how phenomenal a job they did helping me with my left wrist. Well, this is Neil. Neil Simler is a member of the Ace and TJ Radio family. Neil, you took the free consultation to have them check out your elbow and talk about what happened just when you went for the free consultation.
They were very straightforward and let me know that they weren't going to treat any of my ailments if they weren't 100% sure that they were going to be able to effectively help my issue. And once were they pushy with trying to get me to spend more money and do, the higher end shots.
Now, 3 months later, how do you feel?
I'm 95% better, if not 100%. It's just been one of the best decisions I've made. Do yourself a favor, get out there as soon as possible.
Set up your free consultation today at acetj.com/neogenics. It's Neogenix. Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic.
They say there are only two things certain in life: sweet deals at Sweet Dreams and taxes.
And only one of those is certain this month.
Which one?
The sweet deals at Sweet Dreams.
What about the taxes?
No sales tax the entire month of April at Sweet Dreams.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And don't call me Shirley.
Love where you live, Lake Norman, and pay no sales tax during the month of April. Only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
Back to TJ's Podcast.
Yeah, man. back to it. All right, so we'll start with the Gram Slam, ridiculous stuff all over the social medias of the world. Riggins, you may already know what this is about. I had never heard of this, I don't think, but we get so much information here on a daily basis with all the different, the radio show and then the different podcasts and all that. This is one of those that I may have already known, but I just forgot that I knew it. So let's just listen to this lady. She's sitting in her car and she's just talking to the camera, and it's this kind of a lesson she's throwing out to everybody. Oop, I gotta plug it in first. Sorry, so sorry.
Get that handled.
Oh man, here we go.
Inkum is where somebody poops in a jar. Inkum is where somebody poops in a jar, seals it up, lets it marinate, and then comes back to get high off of it later. I know this because I own a vacant property in which I opened the shed and I found a mason jar full of poop. And then I did my research. How's your day going?
So they poop in a jar and let it sit for a few days and then inhale the fumes to get high off of it.
Yeah, I think we've talked about that before on the show.
Yeah, I thought maybe we had.
Or you brought in a story about Jenkum.
Oh.
That is disgusting.
Mm.
And downright unsanitary.
Somebody needs to intervene.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, but what if that's your addiction?
Yeah, right.
I mean, come on.
I'm going to rehab. Oh, cocaine? No. Jenkum. Well, what's that? Well, I poop in a jar, let it ferment like kombucha, and inhale the fumes. Hello. You're down bad. I mean, heroin addicts, any addict goes to a rock bottom. That's another rock bottom.
Yeah, and I think once you catch yourself about to poop in a jar for any reason, other than take it to the doctor,
right?
Yeah. Then you've hit rock bottom.
Yeah. If step one is pooping in a jar, step two should always be going to a laboratory.
You got a lab appointment.
I think so. That's messed up. And she just found that,
yeah, because I guess they've been squatting in their vacant house or whatever.
Squatting in the house and squatting over pickle jars. That is disgusting. Does it have to be your own poop?
I guess not.
You can inhale somebody else's.
But is that a kind of high that you want? It doesn't even sound like that. I don't know anything about, what do you call it, huffing or any of that stuff. But if you're going to get high, does that give you a euphoric feeling?
I don't know.
And how do you do it without throwing up? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. Maybe you just hold your nose and breathe in through your mouth so you don't have to smell it. Oh, that is disgusting.
Yeah, it's one of the nastiest things, nastiest trends around today.
Holy cow.
But kids aren't doing that. There's got to be, old drug addicts that are homeless and all of that, right? That has to be the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to spend any money on weed. But I don't know, kids are sniffing nutmeg now or something. Remember we had that story a couple weeks ago? So maybe.
But hey, give me nutmeg over poop fumes any day.
Please. Do a shot of nutmeg.
Does that become flammable?
I would guess so.
Because it's methane, right? Doesn't it produce methane?
Yeah, it's got to be. It's repulsive, man.
And then Riggins found this video. Was it a college graduation?
This was Ohio State, I think.
Ohio State. They're doing graduation rehearsal, and the graduates are finding out that they've got to do a choreographed routine at graduation to Four Non-Blondes, What's Up?
Yeah.
And I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real high and I...
and there's a guy on the field singing it and doing the hand gestures and encouraging, like, then we're going to do this, and then we're going to turn around. I mean, they're doing like choreographed
for a college graduation ceremony.
College. And the woman that recorded it was a graduate student who was graduating. She was like, are we at a second grade, like, music recital, or are we graduating from college doing like, simple hand gestures like you'd see at your kid's second grade recital?
Who would come up with that? I mean, these are adults. And think about the ones who have gone back to college.
Yeah.
As an older than your average college student. And they're going to stand out there and have to go, hey, step by side, and sway to side to side.
What the hell is that?
What's going on? I don't know.
And thankfully, she had the wherewithal to be like, this is ridiculous. But there were other students that were like, doing the hand gesture. I mean, it's like, what is going on? These are college students about to go into the real world. That's just so bad.
But does that have something to do with what I always make people mad with when I say that it's chronic adolescence? Of people not wanting to grow up, people who are, well into adulthood, constantly watching cartoons and playing video games and doing all the things that kids do.
But I think this shines another light on the people that are
complaining about it,
that are forcing them into doing that kind of stuff. They're infantilizing them. You're just kids. We're going to do a little kid dance. They're not looking to do that crap. So,
it's a graduation. Even though colleges, most of them are ridiculous now, and little Marxist indoctrination centers and all, at least the graduation ceremony should still be treated as a formal ceremony, not a goofy skit. You see, this is what I said, Riggins. You start letting this pass and that pass when you're not supposed to be cheering after each name, or you're not supposed to make a scene, or you're not supposed to dance off stage and all of that. And I said, it's a graduation. Ace and I both say it's a graduation. It's a formal ceremony. It's not a pep rally. And then, everybody, the young people on the show, so we were just against fun and all of that. Well, now look what it's led to.
Well, they can both be true. You can be against fun, but also be against this is just ridiculous. You got to draw a line somewhere, because I never blame those kids for their parents acting like fools. Like, thank God you graduated, because it's clear your parents did not, because they're acting that way. So,
but I'm talking about the ones that when they would get their high school diploma or college diploma, and then they would start acting a fool on the stage and doing that kind of stuff too. Yeah. But look at it. Now you got some idiot out there trying to make them do hand jives.
Yeah, and it's not even some goofy little liberal, arts college, in Topeka or in Seattle. This is like Ohio State.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just crazy. But did you hear what happened at the graduation? Somebody fell from the bleachers
from that same graduation?
I believe so. Died.
Oh.
Yeah. So it was just a mess out there.
That is crazy. Was it one of the spectators or one of the graduates?
I think it was a spectator.
Oh.
They don't have a lot of information, but that just came out yesterday.
Man, you talk about ruining a happy day.
You're not kidding. Falling out of the stands. Although that happens every once. I feel like a couple times a year it happens at a football game or a baseball game.
So, Riggins, when we were talking the other day, my son is about to be a senior in college.
Yeah.
And then, he was complaining because we're making him go through the graduation ceremony and all of that. And you were acting like we shouldn't really make him do that.
He didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it either.
Mm-hmm.
And my parents were not like, in that, I don't know, that might just be in my family. But they were not like, that's what you should be doing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But you didn't do it?
I did.
You did it, yeah?
Yeah. But I didn't want to, and they were like, well, you're going to do it because we're going to come up there and we're going to take you to eat. But I even acted like a jackass in my photo, which was dumb. But they were not buying the photo with my cap and gown. They were not doing any of that stuff.
Right. But you know, even though college has become what it has become, it's become corrupt and political, and you know, people are starting to really see that that college is unnecessary in a lot of ways for people to choose good careers and things like that. But for your kid to make it through all 4 years of college, and you see that they worked hard to do it, you want to document it. You know, you want to get that cap and gown picture with everybody dressed nicely and all of that. Because my daughter probably wouldn't have done it either, you know. But you celebrate them because they do. You know, even though they may not be getting degrees in, you know, some kind of, you know, they're not getting pharmaceutical degrees or anything like that. It's still a lot of work to make it, you know, through college. So that's all. But he wouldn't want to come out of his little bubble if somebody were giving away guaranteed winning lottery tickets. I mean, he'd just be like, I don't deal with that.
I can relate.
Mm-hmm. But his school is not really in you know, it's not in an area or in a town that has a whole lot to do. Yeah. So you can't go in there and just make a weekend of it because there's not enough to do around there really to have fun for the weekend. And my daughter graduated from a college in Nashville, so we lived it up for a few days in Nashville. But it may have something to do with the fact that my wife nor I graduated from college.
Yeah, I think there's something to that. I think there's probably something to that.
And I think it's a racket that they've made the entire country feel like you'll never make anything of yourself if you don't go to college and pay all of this money, and then we're going to give the money to this person and launder it and do all of the stuff that they do. Back to, you know, this politician and this, I mean, whenever they say, you know, we need to forgive the debt of people who paid to go to college, or we need to have a program where we can make college affordable, and that means give the people money to spend at the college. It's never go to the college and tell them to lower their prices. You know, it's never that. So it is a racket, but still there's something about it that, you know, you want your kid to have that picture, and because it is such a big deal to society, even though I fight every day to make it less of a deal, you know, every day.
You got two combating sort of attitudes about it.
Yeah.
You're
Because the way I look at it is it was too late for my kids. We got to do something for the future kids to not feel like they have to go waste 4 years and $10 million getting a college degree that they don't need. That's the way I look at it. But it was too late for our kids. That's why I don't care if they make C's. I don't care.
Yeah, just get the diploma. That's what it's all about. Yeah. But my dad was way more plugged in. I mean, he still wants to go get my alma mater's like merchandise. He's like, I need a visor when I play golf with the logo on it. Mm-hmm. And my mom doesn't, you know, she doesn't care. She's always like, well, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to graduate. You don't get rewarded for doing something you're supposed to be doing. Okay. But my dad has a little bit of pride in it. I mean, he wears my niece's, you know, her elementary school. He's got the sweatshirt. I mean, he's swagged out.
Yeah.
You know, that's like his thing. So, yeah, I mean, it's just different attitudes, but yeah, I did not take my graduation seriously. I just wanted to go to eat afterwards because they had promised me a very nice meal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, both of my parents graduated college. I don't know whether my dad did the ceremony or not. Yeah, he graduated with 2 majors and 2 minors. Not minors as in young people.
Minor.
I don't mean that. But my mom went back to school later in life to get her, you know, degree in education, and she graduated with the ceremony.
I can see why people would want to go to the ceremony, especially if they've done it that way.
Then I found out later the only reason she wanted to do it is because she wasn't wearing anything under the gown. That's not something you want to find out about your mom.
Mom,
No.
She's like, no, I'm free balling. What?
All right, stupid celebrity stuff coming up next. Hang on.
More of TJ's podcast is coming up.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.
Winter is here, which means you're just going to stay inside and not do anything fun and exciting, right? No, that is wrong, because this year you're going to go to acetj.com/Gaston and see all of the incredible things that you can do right now in Gaston County. Everything is laid out for you, from things to do, to restaurants, to bars, to shopping, to unique weekend activities. And we'll get you ready for the spring and the summer with a list of all their great festivals. Find all of this and much more at acetj.com/Gaston.
Welcome back, world, to TJ's podcast.
Hey. Okay, some stupid celebrity stuff. Riggins, what do you think about Brooke Shields doing that interview and saying that when her husband's out of town that her daughters come sleep in the bed with her?
Get a grip.
Really?
Get a grip. That's what I think.
Well, they're grown. The daughters are older. One, I think, is 17. The other one's older than that, right?
Yeah, they're
teenagers.
Yeah. Adults.
Mm-hmm. And you don't like that?
No, I think it's gross. I had family members that let their kids sleep in the bed with them until they were, I don't know, teenage, but up there, 11, 12. And it was like the big talk, like they're still sleeping in the bed with the parents.
Right. I don't see this as that same thing.
No?
No, this is just dad's out of town or her husband's out of town, and it's not coming in and sleeping with mommy because you're scared or whatever. It's like having fun, like a pajama party kind of thing.
Sleepover.
Yeah, they go in and they're watching rom-coms and they're talking and just hanging out and being I don't know, like a sleepover.
Yeah, but she does say they're my babies.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not my thing.
Yeah.
And I
wouldn't. This would never be a thing with if this were the dad and the mom were out of town and his two sons came in there and slept with him when they were teenagers and all of that. That would be different. But I don't have a problem with this. I think it's it's just simply them hanging out and being friends with their mom and having a sleepover kind of thing. Now, if you said that they get scared and they want to sleep in there with me because they're my babies, then that would be a different story in my book.
Well, she does go on to say she's avoiding the thought of them being gone, like going off to college. I've been avoiding thinking about it because people will say to me, "Oh, you're going to be so relieved," and I just don't see it happening. So there is a part of it that she's definitely like holding on, come sleep in my bed.
Yeah. Now, if she did it when the husband were home and they kicked him out, or they all four tried to pile up in the bed and all that, that would be different. But I think what she's saying there is kind of like when during the summer when moms have school-age kids, and they'll say, "I'll be glad when school starts again. I can't take this very much. I can get these kids out of the house." And then you got your other moms that look at it the right way and say, "What? I like having my kids around. I don't want to get rid of them," and all of that. So you wouldn't, you and your brothers wouldn't pile up in the bed with your dad if your mom went out of town, and watch action movies and, watch, I don't know, a Rambo marathon.
It'd be the 10 Commandments or Ben-Hur, something like The Great Escape. No, I can't. I just can't see that happen. But my dad's also not like a super cuddly, warm guy. But even if he was, I couldn't see it. Now, on occasion, walk upstairs. My mom would be sleeping in my bed or my brother's bed, and she'd go, I don't know, I just like taking naps in your bed, so I'd like your bed better. And that was about as close. But she never was like, here, come on and join me. My parents' bedroom was kind of an off-limits place.
Yeah. Didn't you say if y'all ever got scared or something in the night when you were little, you could sleep on the floor beside the bed, or they made you go back? Somebody said that one, that they would say, okay, well, you can sleep in here tonight, but you got to be on the floor. You're not going to be up in the bed.
I do remember getting scared and, walking into my room and, standing, beside your parents and waking them up, and they're always startled. Oh, God, what? What?
Yeah, and it's more startling if they don't do anything to wake you up, and you just kind of open your eyes and they're standing there staring at you. Like, ah!
You can just feel somebody watching you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
It's probably been a while since they've done that, though.
Mm-hmm. But my kids, when they were little, Jody hates to be awakened so much that they would be so apprehensive about coming down, and they would wake me up on my side. They'd go, Daddy.
Yeah. Same with
I threw up.
Yeah. Wake my dad up.
Because Jody's first reaction to being woken up is, what? What's going on?
Yeah.
It's just that still half asleep and just going, something's got to be wrong. There's got to be something happening, and I don't know what it is, and I got to get control of it. And that kind of thing, and it scares the children.
Jody, you scared the children.
You're scaring the children.
Who do you think, percentage-wise, has a more calming when like S has hit the fan? Mm-hmm. Are you both able to sort of bring some calmness to it, or is there one that's way better at it than?
Oh, I'm way better at it than she is. Now wait a minute. Let's, or when the kids would have an accident or something, she would just freak and freeze. I told you that's what she does in an emergency. Oh my God. And then just freeze.
Yeah.
And, if it's something else, if it's, say one of the kids comes in and they're telling about something that happened that was, wrong or whatever, then she's, got up here and then I'm down here. Mm-hmm. Okay, wait a minute. So stop. Tell me what happened. This, and this, and this. And yeah, she's just full on, I got to get control of this.
Yeah, it was the exact opposite in my house. My dad was, the enforcer. So my mom was sort of the calming influence, but when things really needed some correction, like wait till Dad gets home, and then it's just going to be, like the atom bomb.
Well, you mean when the kids have done something wrong? Is that what you mean? Maybe,
but just like,
or when they're coming in talking about something else that somebody's done them wrong.
I think it was kind of everything. He's just not a good person to be like, okay, well, let's talk about it. Let's fix the issue. Mm-hmm. Sort of a volume thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when they were little, if they ever did anything or said anything disrespectful to their mom, then I would jump in it so fast, and straighten it out.
Yeah.
Because, we don't allow that.
Right. That's the way it should be done.
We don't allow that. That's my woman. Mm-hmm. You don't say disrespectful things to my sweetheart. I don't care if you're from my loins or not.
That's funny.
Which, I mean, my kids, that rarely happen. Rarely happen.
Yeah. That's funny, though.
Mm. And then there is the Met Gala. Is that this week that the Met Gala, or is it already going on? I mean, I don't even know. It's tonight.
Tonight, yeah. They started at 6.
Okay, and it's where these freaks in Hollywood dress up like clowns. Oh. It's probably the biggest spectacle of idiocy in all of show business.
It's a true freak show, the Met Gala. Because it's a fundraiser for the Metropolitan Museum of Art and Costume Design or something.
Yeah.
But it's really about the celebrities showing up on this huge red carpet in the craziest outfits that are part of a theme for the night. And then they go in, and then no cameras allowed in there. And, you don't see any of that. But it's about that red carpet arrival and seeing these absolute freak shows walk.
And was it last year that Jared Leto was wearing a full cat mascot costume?
He's shown up as a cat. He's shown up with a likeness of his head, like a true likeness, carrying it like a lantern. And every year is a different theme. So one year they did religion, Catholic faith, and Rihanna shows up as the Pope. This year it's the Garden of Eden. So trees and bushes and plants. I mean, they're going to look like total
crazy. And here's the thing. Any guy that isn't reluctantly going to that, something's wrong with them. If you're happily going to that, then we have nothing to talk about in life. You and I don't. We're just, we're never going to like each other. Yeah. Now, if you are going to it because your wife has let you know that it's important to her for you to go with her and all of that, and like I said, you reluctantly go, it's a laborious task for you, then okay. I get it.
Kanye.
Yeah. But if you're just all excited, then I would say you're a weirdo.
100%.
Just an absolute weirdo. But listen to this video from E Online, of the woman talking about the Met Gala. And just listen to how robotic she sounds and how AI she sounds, because there's an art to being able to read something and make it sound like you're not reading it, to do it with a natural presentation. But I think that art is gone now in media.
Yeah. Just read it. No inflection, no passion.
And you can always tell, for example, if you're watching these amateur cooking videos on social media, and they go back and they do the overdub, with the cameras focused on their hands, and then they're adding this, and then the voice is talking about what they're adding and all that, and how many times they say the and a instead of the and First, I got a can of whole kernel corn, and I got the colander to strain the corn, and then so it's people who are not used to reading aloud as a presentation. And listen to this.
Down to the 2024 Met Gala is on, and we're breaking down everything you need to know, including this year's star-studded guest list. We know Jennifer Lopez, Zendaya, Bad Bunny, and Chris Hemsworth will be there. They're this year's co-chairs for the event. The theme? The Garden of Time. It was inspired by a short story from author J.G. Ballard, seen as a metaphor for human evolution and the cycle of creation and
yeah, that might
just
be AI.
You think? Because then like at one point she goes, and don't get it twisted.
Yeah, that might be AI.
Okay. I hope so.
Very possible.
I hope, because this is a legitimate new entertainment news source. This is E Online.
Yeah, if you can get an intern to write the script, just here's the names we want to talk about, throw it in the AI, put it on the video.
And then they would write something like, don't get it twisted for the AI to say.
Sure. Get it to Google Translate. You can do that for free.
Oh.
Yeah, that's it. That was pretty bad. Because if that's
horrible.
A real person, they need some serious classes about presentation and things like that. Or maybe it doesn't matter anymore.
I know, that's my point.
Maybe
I don't think people care anymore, and that's sad. That you can just throw any old thing out there with no effort in it and no excellence put to it, and then people are just fine with it.
Yeah.
Look how Don Lemon is successful because of people just not caring, I guess. Because he's horrible. Take out him as a person. I'm not talking about that. But just his sheer intelligence and talent when it comes to being a broadcaster, if he had to rely on that only, and it was judged by the way it should be judged, he'd never be seen on TV. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Mm-hmm. But then, this is E! News. They don't, they want to get website clicks. So, churn and burn some of that stuff. They're like, just get as much content out. They're like, well, it hasn't happened yet. We don't care. Just write the script, say who's going to be there, and we'll throw it in the AI. And then you have another web page people might go to.
All right, Riggins. Say you got a girl you're dating. She's hot. She's fun. All of this. And then like say on your second date, you're really digging her. And then she says, the Met Gala is like my Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Does that deter you from wanting to go out with her anymore?
No. Because one time I was talking to a girl and she had stayed over when I was living in the city. And she rearranged the furniture in my living room. I had this little chair sitting next to my couch. She swung the chair out into in front of the couch to watch one of the royal weddings. I forget which one it was. It was probably the Prince Harry one.
Mm-hmm.
Was sitting there at like 7 a.m. on a Saturday to watch that.
That's a little different though than the Met Gala.
It was, yeah. I mean, to me, they were equally, unimportant, but it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Stupid.
What if you got a buddy?
That's ridiculous. Yeah.
And he says, hang on, I can't do anything until, I got to be home at this time because I got to watch Met Gala coverage.
What are you talking about?
You probably wouldn't want to go get beers with him anymore, would you?
I mean, that's everybody's got their thing, but that is odd. Mm-hmm. Appointment setting for the Met Gala. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Well, I'm going to be watching it.
Are you?
At what time?
I think it's 6 o'clock.
Is the coverage starts at 6?
I believe so.
I want to see that red carpet. I want to see the red carpet.
You might want to.
All right. Thanks for watching and listening. And go make sure you fill out that survey to be a TJ Fanatico. acetj.com/Fanatico is where you can get that. Love you. Bye.
Serving the world. It's TJ's podcast.